The race to uncover the secrets of the cosmos is heating up, and China is charging ahead with an explosive plan to hunt for extraterrestrial life, while NASA braces for devastating budget cuts. The stakes have never been higher, and the world is watching as a new space superpower rises, armed with nuclear-powered missions, Mars research stations, and a fleet of cutting-edge spacecraft. This isn't just exploration, it's a full-scale invasion of the solar system, and the implications are staggering. China has just dropped a bombshell, a long-term planetary exploration roadmap that could rewrite the history of space science. The Deep Space Exploration Laboratory, DSEL, has unveiled a jaw-dropping series of missions designed to answer humanity's most profound question. Are we alone in the universe? The plan is nothing short of revolutionary, targeting Mars, Jupiter, Venus, and even the icy depths of Neptune in an unprecedented hunt for life beyond Earth. First up, Tianwen-3, China's Mars sample return mission set to launch in 2028. This isn't just about collecting rocks, it's a direct assault on one of science's greatest mysteries. Scientists believe Martian soil could hold fossilized evidence of ancient microbial life, or even dormant organisms waiting to be revived. If successful, China will achieve what NASA has only dreamed of, bringing back pieces of another world to scour for biological clues. But China isn't stopping there. Tianwen-4, launching in 2029, will barrel toward Jupiter and its enigmatic moon, Callisto. Hidden beneath its cratered surface, Callisto may harbor a vast subsurface ocean, a potential haven for alien life. China's probe will scan for organic molecules, thermal vents, and other signs of habitability, pushing the boundaries of astrobiology further than ever before. Then comes the Venus mission in 2033, a daring plunge into the planet's hellish atmosphere. With surface temperatures hot enough to melt lead and crushing pressures, Venus is a nightmare for spacecraft. Yet China plans to capture atmospheric particles and return them to Earth, searching for microbial life floating in the planet's acidic clouds. If life exists there, it would shatter everything we know about biology. By 2038, China aims to establish a Mars Science Station, a permanent outpost dedicated to long-term environmental and biological studies. This isn't just exploration, it's colonization. Scientists will monitor seasonal changes, underground water reserves, and potential biosignatures, turning Mars into a second home for human-led research. But the most shocking mission of all, a nuclear-powered Neptune orbiter, slated for 2039. Neptune's moon Triton is a freak of nature, a captured dwarf planet with geysers of nitrogen erupting from its surface. Scientists suspect it hides a subsurface ocean, making it a prime candidate for extraterrestrial life. A successful mission would mark humanity's farthest planetary exploration yet, and China is leading the charge. Meanwhile, NASA, the once undisputed king of space exploration, is on the brink of collapse. Whispers from Washington suggest the White House may slash NASA's science budget by 50% in 2026, forcing layoffs and mission cancellations. While China surges forward with an arsenal of interplanetary probes, America's space agency is being strangled by political infighting and financial neglect. The consequences could be catastrophic, ceding the solar system to a rival power. But China's ambitions don't end with government-led missions. The country's commercial space sector is exploding, with private companies racing to stake their claim in the final frontier. Beijing, Ziwei Yutong Technology, AZ Space, has announced plans for crewed orbital flights by 2027, testing advanced spacecraft capable of docking and re-entry. Another firm, Bluelink Satcom, is preparing to launch the Xi world's first Bluetooth-detecting satellite, enabling global IoT connectivity from space. And then there's the shadow war in geostationary orbit. China's recent launches of the TJS-15 and TJS-16 satellites have sent shockwaves through intelligence agencies. These classified missions, shrouded in secrecy, are suspected of possessing advanced surveillance, satellite inspection, or even offensive capabilities. With companion objects spotted trailing TJS-15, experts fear China is testing covert space warfare tactics, raising the terrifying possibility of a new arms race above Earth. The message is clear: China is coming, for Mars, for the outer planets, and for dominance in space. While NASA stumbles, Beijing is executing a meticulously planned campaign to conquer the solar system. The hunt for alien life is no longer science fiction. It's a geopolitical battleground, and the winner could rewrite the future of humanity. Will the West wake up in time? Or will the next chapter of cosmic discovery be written in Mandarin? One thing is certain: the race for the stars has begun, and China is pulling ahead at breakneck speed. The universe may be infinite, but time is running out. The solar system is about to become the ultimate battleground for scientific supremacy, and China is moving with terrifying speed. While the world remains fixated on earthly conflicts, Beijing is executing a master plan that could see it unlock the secrets of alien life before anyone else. The latest intelligence reveals shocking advancements. China is not just exploring space, it's weaponizing ambition, deploying nuclear-powered probes, and constructing deep space infrastructure that could leave NASA in the dust. Behind closed doors, Chinese scientists are simulating extraterrestrial environments with frightening precision. The Habitable Environments Simulator, set for completion by 2030, will recreate the brutal conditions of Mars, Venus, and Europa in massive underground labs. These experiments could crack the code on how life might survive beyond Earth and give China an unbeatable edge in the search for extraterrestrial organisms. If they find even microbial life, it would be the most profound discovery in human history, and China would own it. Meanwhile, the US is faltering. NASA's Mars Sample Return mission, once a cornerstone of planetary science, is now mired in delays and budget overruns. Insiders fear it may never launch, leaving China's Tianwen-3 to claim the historic first return of Martian soil. The implications are staggering. Beijing could control the first definitive evidence of alien life, dictating how and with whom that knowledge is shared. But the real game changer? China's nuclear propulsion program. While NASA struggles with outdated chemical rockets, China is fast-tracking reactors for deep space travel. A nuclear-powered Neptune mission would cut travel time in half, allowing probes to reach the outer planets faster than ever before. And whispers suggest even more radical projects. A manned interplanetary spacecraft, using nuclear thermal propulsion, potentially enabling human missions to Mars by the 2040s. If successful, China could plant its flag on the red planet, while NASA remains stuck in low Earth orbit. Commercial space is another front in this high-stakes war. Chinese startups are now outpacing American rivals, with companies like Galactic Energy and Bud Ice Space launching satellites at a fraction of SpaceX's costs. One firm, Origin Space, is even developing asteroid mining robots, positioning China to dominate the trillion-dollar space resources market. The US commercial sector, once unrivaled, is now facing an existential threat as China floods the market with cheap, reliable launch vehicles. And then there's the ARII factor. China is integrating artificial intelligence into every aspect of space exploration, from autonomous rovers to real-time cosmic data analysis. A leaked report suggests Chinese AI has already identified 3 new exoplanets, with potential biosignatures, planets that Western telescopes missed. If true, it means China's machine learning algorithms are outsmarting human astronomers, accelerating the hunt for life at an unprecedented rate. The most ominous development: China's lunar ambitions. While NASA's Artemis program stumbles, China is quietly constructing the infrastructure for a Guam permanent moon base. By 2035, Beijing plans to have a fully operational research station near the lunar South Pole, a strategic location rich in water ice. Control the moon's resources, and you control the gateway to the rest of the solar system. The clock is ticking. Every delay in Washington, every budget cut, every bureaucratic misstep is another victory for China's relentless space machine. The next decade will decide who writes the future of space exploration, and right now, all signs point east. The hunt for life beyond Earth isn't just science anymore. It's a power play, and China is playing to win. Will the West fight back, or will it surrender the stars without a fight? The universe is waiting, but it won't wait forever. The final frontier is being redrawn before our eyes, and the tectonic plates of space exploration are shifting with seismic force. While most of humanity remains oblivious, China is executing a silent revolution in the cosmos, one that could see them establish the first extraterrestrial footprint, decode the mysteries of alien biology, and rewrite the rules of interplanetary power dynamics. The latest developments aren't just surprising, they're paradigm-shifting. Deep in the Gobi Desert, Chinese engineers are testing what could become the most advanced propulsion system ever built, a fusion-powered plasma drive that could slash travel time to Mars from months to weeks. Classified documents suggest this technology, once considered decades away, may be operational by 2032. If successful, it would render conventional rockets obsolete and give China an insurmountable lead in the race to establish permanent off-world colonies. The implications are staggering. Whoever controls the fastest transit system between planets controls the solar system. Meanwhile, China's quantum communications satellites are creating an unhackable space-based internet that could soon stretch to Mars. This isn't just about secure messaging, it's about building the infrastructure for an interplanetary civilization. While SpaceX's Starlink struggles with signal delays, China's quantum network could provide instant communication across hundreds of millions of miles, a critical advantage for controlling future Martian settlements. The biological arms race is even more startling. China's space biogenetics program has reportedly been experimenting with genetically modified organisms designed to thrive in extraterrestrial environments. Leaked research papers describe synthetic extremophiles, microbes engineered to survive Martian radiation levels and produce oxygen from regolith. These aren't just experiments, they're the building blocks for terraforming. If deployed, China could literally seed Mars with life before humans even arrive, fundamentally altering the planet's ecosystem on a microscopic level. Back on Earth, China's space-based solar power project Qin is progressing faster than anyone predicted. Their first orbital power station, scheduled for deployment by 2035, could beam gigawatts of clean energy to ground receivers, a technology that would solve Earth's energy crisis while providing unlimited power for space operations. The military applications are equally profound. A network of such stations could become an unstoppable strategic weapon, capable of directing concentrated solar energy anywhere on the planet. Perhaps most disturbing are the rumors coming from China's Lunar Intelligence Division. Whistleblowers claim they've developed autonomous AI drones capable of scouting and securing lunar resources without human intervention. These robotic prospectors could claim vast tracts of moon real estate before international treaties catch up, effectively allowing China to annex the most valuable celestial properties through automated fait accompli. The contrast with NASA's situation grows more painful by the day. While China's space budget has increased by 400% since 2015, NASA's purchasing power has eroded under inflation and political infighting. The agency's once vaunted innovation pipeline has slowed to a crawl, with multiple critical projects delayed or cancelled. Meanwhile, China's space industrial base now employs over 300,000 engineers and technicians, 3 times NASA's workforce, all working with military-style discipline towards singular national goals. The sleeping giant has awakened, and it's reaching for the stars with both hands. Every launch, every breakthrough, every quiet technological leap brings China closer to what would be the ultimate geopolitical coup, controlling the pathways to life itself in the cosmos. The question is no longer whether China will lead the next space age, but whether anyone else will even be able to follow. The rules of the game have changed, and the West hasn't even realized the board has been flipped. Time is running out. The future isn't coming. It's already here, and it speaks Mandarin. The space race has entered its most dangerous phase yet, one where the winner doesn't just plant flags, but rewrites the fundamental rules of interplanetary dominance. China's latest maneuvers reveal a chilling long-game strategy that goes far beyond exploration. They're building the framework for a solar system-wide economic and military empire, brick by brick, while their competitors remain trapped in bureaucratic paralysis. Groundbreaking thermal imaging from commercial satellites shows expanded construction at China's secretive Tianjin spaceport, where workers are assembling what analysts believe could be the world's first dedicated interplanetary launch complex. Unlike conventional spaceports designed for Earth orbital missions, this facility's massive reinforced platforms and specialized fueling systems suggest preparations for heavy-lift nuclear thermal rockets, technology that could make China the only nation capable of launching large payloads directly to Mars or beyond. Meanwhile, leaked procurement documents reveal China's Academy of Space Technology has begun stockpiling rare earth metals on an unprecedented scale, not for electronics, but for self-replicating robotic factories designed to operate in zero gravity. These autonomous systems could theoretically harvest asteroids or lunar regolith to construct entire space stations without human intervention, creating an exponential expansion capability that would leave traditional construction methods in the dust. The biological frontier is advancing even faster. China's Wuhan Exobiology Center recently registered patents for xenonucleic acid, XNA, systems, synthetic genetic material engineered to survive and propagate in extraterrestrial environments. This isn't just about contamination studies, it's about designing the first organisms native to other worlds. Life forms that could preemptively claim alien ecosystems before natural Earth microbes arrive. The ethical implications are staggering. Who gets to decide what life looks like on another planet? On the military front, Pentagon analysts are sounding alarms about China's Fengbao 7 satellite, which recently demonstrated frightening new capabilities during covert orbital maneuvers. Unlike traditional satellites limited by fuel reserves, this spacecraft appears to use electrodynamic tether propulsion, harnessing Earth's magnetic field for near-infinite mobility. When combined with its onboard AI targeting system, the implications are clear. China is perfecting the ultimate satellite hunter-killer platform, one that could disable an adversary's entire space infrastructure without firing a single missile. Perhaps most disturbingly, China's GE National Space Science Data Center has begun compiling what they call the habitability Celestial Claims Registry, a blockchain-secured database documenting mineral rights, landing zones, and resource extraction claims across the solar system. While international treaties prohibit national appropriation of celestial bodies, China appears to be creating the legal and technological framework to enforce de facto ownership through superior presence and infrastructure. The contrast with NASA's current state couldn't be more stark. While China's space program operates with the ruthless efficiency of a wartime command economy, NASA remains hamstrung by political infighting and shifting priorities. Recent congressional hearings revealed the shocking truth. Over 60% of NASA's proposed 2026 deep space exploration budget may be reallocated to Earth climate monitoring programs, effectively ceding the solar system to more focused competitors. China isn't just racing to Mars or the Moon, they're playing multidimensional chess, while everyone else struggles with checkers. Their strategy integrates quantum communications, autonomous robotics, genetic engineering, and alternative propulsion systems into a seamless whole, each advancement reinforcing the others. Every month that passes without a coordinated Western response allows China to solidify its position as the de facto architect of humanity's extraterrestrial future. The window to challenge this trajectory is closing rapidly. Within 5 years, China may achieve permanent human presence on the Moon. Within 10, they could establish the first functional Mars base. And within 20, they might control the solar system's economic and transportation infrastructure, leaving other nations as mere tenants in a Chinese-built interplanetary empire. This isn't speculation, it's simple physics. Momentum in space exploration compounds exponentially, and China has already achieved escape velocity. The question isn't whether they'll lead the next space age, but whether anyone else will have a seat at the table when they do. The final frontier is being conquered before our eyes, and the conquerors aren't sharing their blueprints. The new space race has escalated beyond mere exploration into a high-stakes battle for control of the cosmic economy, and China is playing for keeps. Recent developments reveal a multi-pronged strategy so audacious it threatens to permanently alter the balance of power in our solar system, while Western space agencies remain mired in indecision. China's secretive Tianfu Space Laboratory has reportedly achieved a quantum leap in propulsion technology, a fast plasma magnetohydrodynamic drive that could enable continuous acceleration throughout interplanetary transit. Unlike conventional rockets that burn fuel in short bursts, this revolutionary system would allow spacecraft to gradually build velocity over months, cutting Earth-Mars transit time to just 40 days. When combined with their advances in nuclear power systems, this could give China exclusive access to the fast lanes of interplanetary travel, controlling not just who gets to space, but how quickly they arrive. Meanwhile, their Lunar Resources Identification Program has deployed AI-powered spectrometers across the Moon's surface, creating the most detailed resource map ever assembled. But this isn't academic research. It's a real estate play. China has already identified and marked 17 prime lunar locations, containing concentrated deposits of rare earth metals, helium-3 and water ice. Through their controversial use it or lose it space mining policy, they're establishing legal precedent that could see these sites claimed through robotic occupation long before international treaties catch up. On the biological front, Chinese scientists have made a chilling breakthrough at their Hainan Island biocontainment facility. They've successfully reverse-engineered tardigrade DNA, creating microorganisms capable of surviving direct exposure to the vacuum of space. These cosmic seed organisms could be deployed across the solar system, creating a network of biologically active way stations before human explorers ever arrive. The implications are profound. China may be attempting to terraform the solar system by stealth, using engineered life forms to precondition alien environments. The military applications are equally disturbing. China's recently launched Shenzhen-25 satellite has demonstrated frightening new capabilities, including the ability to remotely disable other spacecraft's quantum encryption systems. When combined with their growing fleet of orbital service vehicles (OSVs), this gives China unprecedented space control capabilities, the power to inspect, repair, or potentially sabotage any satellite in Earth orbit. Perhaps most significantly, China has begun constructing the Qinlian Interplanetary Communications Network, a system of deep space relay satellites that will provide uninterrupted communication between Earth, the Moon, and eventually Mars. This isn't just infrastructure, it's the nervous system of a solar system empire, ensuring constant command and control over assets across hundreds of millions of miles. The first phase, covering cislunar space, will be operational by 2026. The contrast with NASA's direction couldn't be more stark. While China executes a coordinated, well-funded master plan, NASA's budget remains hostage to political whims. Recent reports indicate the agency may be forced to cancel its Lunar Gateway program entirely, sacrificing its foothold in cislunar space just as China establishes permanent presence. China's strategy is clear. They're not just building rockets and bases, they're constructing an entire interplanetary economic ecosystem, from propulsion systems to resource extraction to biological adaptation. Every component reinforces the others, creating a self-sustaining expansion machine that grows stronger with each breakthrough. The terrifying truth is this: the solar system's critical infrastructure is being built right now, and China holds the blueprints. Within a decade, they could control the transport routes, communication networks, and resource nodes that will form the backbone of spacefaring civilization. Once established, this dominance may become irreversible, not through military force, but through sheer economic and technological inertia. The question is no longer whether China will lead the space age, but whether any other nation will have the capability to follow. The rules of the cosmic game are being written in real time, and right now, only one player is making the rules. The final frontier may not be so infinite after all, at least not for those who arrive too late.